The scorching sun hung over the farm as sweat dripped from James' brow. He had worked these fields for years, but today his boss, Mr. Calloway, had something different in mind. "Clean out the pigsty," the farmer ordered, pointing at the filth-covered pen. The stench was unbearable, the task humiliating, but James wasn't one to back down easily. James looked at the farmer, then at the filth, and something inside him snapped. He had done back-breaking work before, but this wasn't about labor, it was about power. "No," he said firmly. Mr. Calloway's eyes narrowed. No worker had ever dared refuse him. What started as a simple order turned into a standoff that neither man was willing to lose. But James had a plan, and what happened next would shake the farm to its core. In the end, the farmer wouldn't just lose a worker, he'd lose everything. Mr. Calloway let out a sharp laugh, shaking his head. "You must have misheard me, James," he said, stepping closer. "I told you to clean it." James stood his ground, his jaw tight. "I heard you just fine," he replied, "but I'm done being treated like I'm worth less than the dirt on your boots." The air between them grew thick. The other workers nearby stopped what they were doing, their eyes darting back and forth between the two men. Mr. Calloway wasn't used to being challenged, especially not like this. His farm ran on obedience, on the unspoken rule that his word was final. But James had reached his limit. He had spent years bending, swallowing his pride, doing the hardest work for the smallest pay. And now, standing in front of the man who thought he owned everything, James had made a decision. This wasn't just about one filthy job, it was about something bigger. The silence stretched between them, thick with unspoken words. The other workers, usually too afraid to look Mr. Calloway in the eye, now watched with quiet anticipation. James wasn't just standing up for himself, he was saying what they had all thought but never dared to speak. Mr. Calloway's face darkened. He prided himself on being in control, on keeping his workers in line. If James got away with this, what was stopping the others from doing the same? He took a step closer, lowering his voice. "You walk off this job, you won't find another. You know that, right?" James met his glare without flinching. "Maybe," he said, "but I'd rather walk away with my dignity than stay here and lose it." The farm had always been Calloway's kingdom, and he had ruled it without question. But today, a shift had begun, one that neither man fully understood yet, and before it was over, nothing would be the same. The tension in the air was almost suffocating. Mr. Calloway's hands clenched at his sides, his jaw tightening as he stared at James. He had built his farm on control, and for the first time, he felt it slipping away. The other workers weren't just watching anymore, they were shifting, murmuring to each other, stealing glances at James like he had done something impossible. James turned, walking toward the gate, and something about the way he carried himself, shoulders back, head high, sent a ripple through the farm. A few workers hesitated, then dropped their tools, following him. One by one, more joined, until nearly half of them had left the fields, their footsteps echoing against the dry earth. Mr. Calloway's chest tightened. If they left, his farm wouldn't survive. His pride battled against the truth settling in his gut. James had started something bigger than just refusing a filthy job. And if Calloway didn't act fast, everything he had built would come crashing down. Mr. Calloway's heart pounded as he watched his workers leave, their backs turned to the land he had controlled for years. He had never imagined a day when they would walk away, let alone because of one man's defiance. But James wasn't just any worker. He had planted a seed of rebellion, and now it was spreading fast. Then, something Calloway hadn't expected happened. The local buyers, the ones who had always done business with him, started pulling out. Word had spread. People in town were talking. If a farmer couldn't keep his workers, what did that say about his operation? They didn't want to risk unreliable business. Panic clawed at Calloway's chest. He had the land, the animals, but none of it mattered without hands to work it. He thought he had power, but now it was slipping through his fingers like dry soil in the wind, and James wasn't done yet. Days passed, and Mr. Calloway's farm stood eerily quiet. The empty fields, once filled with movement and labor, now sat untouched. The animals needed tending, the crops needed harvesting, but there was no one left to do the work. He tried to hire new workers, offering better pay, but no one would take the job. His reputation had spread too far, and James had made sure of it. Desperation set in. Calloway went to town, hoping to strike a deal with buyers, but they barely shook his hand. Without workers, he had no product to sell. His debts piled up, and soon the bank came knocking. The farm, the one thing he had built his life around, was slipping away. Then came the final blow. James returned, not as a worker, but as the new owner. The bank had repossessed the land, and with the help of the very workers Calloway had mistreated, James had bought it outright. The man once ordered to clean the filth now stood in charge. Calloway, once powerful, walked away with nothing. James stood at the edge of the farm, the land stretching before him in the golden evening light. The same fields he had once toiled in now belonged to him and the workers who had stood by his side. They weren't just laborers anymore. They were partners, rebuilding what had once been Calloway's empire into something fair, something new. As for Calloway, he left town without a word. The man who once controlled everything had lost it all, not just his farm, but the respect and power he had taken for granted. James took a deep breath, feeling the weight of the past lift from his shoulders. This wasn't just about getting even. It was about proving that dignity and hard work deserved respect. The farm would thrive again, but this time under hands that built it together. With a final glance at the land, James turned toward the future, ready for a new beginning.